Ia, te whatalofa fo Samoa. I lau whawhunganga, ma lau mai mo mai, po whia lava o le laulangi nei o e mau mai ai ale tātou pōkalai me fo le nei whapoponga sports Talanoa. I le nei fo i a solulu. Ia la solulu sulma lua o kuso. Ia, o nei fo i wa, e se fo i tau sisila mai fo i nei vaenga o le mātou whāsolonga o pōkalai me ia, le mātou o va nei, i le fionga le naftasi i a fui mono. Ia o moto vaenga. Ia me se foi o le tū lea fia mai foi le fionga e luputea ia po le sunga foi a JT a tuna Tonu o peua lau loa ai foi ia swafa i au sanga utea le ngata tautua le manu Samoa. Ia me se foi le o blacks te mulmuliane. Ia ona mato faʻasoa foi la ia i tūlanga i talonga sa whawhia ngai male laulangi. Ia me se foi ia alum whanau o Samoa le ngata lakapi ia o sostalonga lava sa ia lava yaso ia me se fo ia whatanoinga o ngā solo luma o talonga mo le vea se fo ia le ngata fo fa ingo neva yaso a loma fo talonga ka tahi man man Samoa le aso ataya o le whatalo whatuai i tatou vaenga nei fui
ia whatalo whatu Samoa lo mai mo whafonga mani tula le auli ia longa lava le nganga fia feel so blessed today to have a table full of legends on my left. Yeah, especially joining us today is Officer Junior Tonu. So I'm feeling very happy, and I have a lot of questions as a Manu Samoa fan since '91. Whaftai te lea lava e lupo tulafono mo le no.
Yeah, se mai e le. JT, so fu mongi alo.
Tara whalava, Andy. Yeah. Tai lava mo over no so le no pukarame. It's really nice to be here.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen my brothers. Still looking young, still looking handsome. So I'm looking forward to talking a lot of sport.
Yeah, that's good. So fu mongi au mo. Yeah, o a ngi me sa, o me lo sunga, foi si leva nga. Ka ka vi al falsa fu I yoku I loko ia sa ia pe o le fa mo sa mo ka mo.
Ya. Malo le lei malo o pito.
Oui.
Fatalo fatu ile fa sa nga sa mo le tu la laso. Ia me se fo ia fatalo fatu. Fonga tanto po clame to la fo. Ia me se fo ia lo fionga nga ftasi fu mono. Ia fa pe fo ia le. Fionga il putea tuna Tonu. Le fo inga ele Roma e sola le fo ko e mo. Ia fatalo fa sa mo. Wa tatou toi mafuta fo ia tatou pokalame.
Tula fo le I amatava le tatou pokalame. Fo mo le misa fa pe mo certa ala fionga ia e lupotea Officer Junior Tonu. Sangata wan ta alor mon Samoa polo All Blacks fo ia mo le silfia to tele. If we can bring up for those who are just tuning in, sitting with us today in the studio is an All Black legend and also a Manu Samoa legend. Officer Junior Tonu. So just to bring up some of his images and footage so that you guys are able to see him. Yolinga?
Yo na mai mo Samoa. Ia. Se fo ia la ngono nei aso bo. To ia fo ia le pokalame sports no nei aso le fio mai fo yo lo nei. Ia te nane fo swafa ia ma to la ve maftanga va tamta alo JT la va sala lo ia le so nei atina Officer Tonu. Taimi mātou tā aloi fo manu Samoa I te sanga o tea. Ia mātou maluso ni foi au mo mātou tele lava la uso o lo mai mo mai. Ia le foi maua ia te tainga fo maluso ia alama, ia mia, e nane le swafa. Ia I malko kere la uso lo mai mo mai a lio farniko. Ia pe ana fai ako lo kalangoa kua I swafa o le vanga ko masangi ia o ngau pa mangia foi a inga ya ki o ko la usa ia na mo ke ko foi faftai ia e fanga solo ka po kala me wa tele ta longa sa fai leva ya so nga mo mai nei a foi mo
ia tala sanga tia misa already me tato updates from mole ia la tato mo mole ta longa le All Blacks the All Blacks stamped out the authority with a commanding 41-24 win over Argentina through halftime was 31-10 lead, and while the Pumas rallied in the second half, 2 late tries from Samasoni sealed the bonus point victory. Yeah, lenga mafu le malo le All Blacks South Africa. Ia, la surua tō tanai, o lea fo iso tō manatu nei tālonga.
I think a fuie e mangia le while we hear the legend le uso ya JT. Okay, loale, we all watch the game. Ka ke kilo ye le pe level so ka ingale le val half back ma call back line ma mo force. Ke le yo ka o le il malo la lo plus so what do you take le ka longa JT?
Yeah, I after watching that game, I watched it live on Sunday morning, and I was really surprised how our forwards dominated in set piece. I think we were strong, and so therefore we were able to get through a lot of our backline moves. Our line-out worked good. Second half, beginning of the second half, I think we saw Argentina score a couple of tries, but that was the only strong part of their game. And then the All Blacks, with the bench come on, they came in and did a good job. I think it was a strong one. I think for me, and you'd probably be how you say it, I think it was just a pass mark. But I think they need to improve a lot more, especially. I'm still not happy with their back attack. That's just
Sao lea, sao lea JT, fui mau mo. No se foi mai mo masamo. Maka foi live ka longa, sao lea lava. Ai me se a call back line. Mo. A como skin faço mai ele liki ale back line que le yo la ko pe on se ngoia ya JT. Officer foi ku sai on ka longa mo. Ku so me ka o ka pe al me vole me ka o malo. Ai porque le yo nga kan ko fo wala ia kama mafala la mai ko ia Afrika ma South Africa ma Springbok ma Australia mo
ia monilea o te ole o lumo fo ke New Zealand dominate New Zealand le line out mas kalam porque le polo line out Argentina nga mo ma e ke le o mainga le local I like le local le pa
Holland Fabian Holland
Lei kele por nga mau mai e o vona ia number 6 nga kele por nga strako ia Argentina la colina South Kalam malo si for Kalam mo a New Zealand ia ka ko le ho to ke mamla malaya o Argentina e power ke Kalam mo le rugby a mele wingi ma ko dominate New Zealand pe o le lenga ko le for defense New Zealand kele o kai mine sa attack ia Argentina ele mfaiong fa ka ngo Argentina ai nga manga ia level pui okay faro inga le kuranga le urusa ngo e ku ka ko backline ele function le backline New Zealand ele fanganga la ko polo e o foi la ko defense ele I function le na o le ko forward ke New Zealand mine line out e o le la ko rolling mo le nga dominate New Zealand ai o le sime ka o foi nga kuri fa foi ia ko su fa New Zealand ala nga dominate New Zealand la ko manga yan la ko pui nga foi le I pela o rumo fo wiki nga isia meio penalty silly penalty isia nga fai o le offside na kula fa penga a o le kulanga la ko fo wiki New Zealand kwa manga ya o lenga ko fifi ke le kama le Will Jordan they just play simple rugby 2 hands in and out beat low mo le vongonia
so you're right what and it's good that you're here and both of you here Will Jordan fullback I'm still not set on Rico on the wing.
Yes.
I'm not sure if Proctor's the right person. Malanga combination.
Yes.
Barrett. And that's blocking the flow of our play. And you probably know because there's a lot of people saying he should be in Rico, but Rico didn't lose us the World Cup. Rico's defence was always undermined because of his attack, but his attack was is still solid, but his defence in the backline was good. But that's just my thoughts. I still think Rico and Geordie were making a nice combination. Now they were sweet. Therefore it's blocked again.
Absolutely. O ke lo foi lo ke kilo lau ia foi vai wa ke lo foi o kalong momo Argentina o ke lo foi nga pinga ka foi experimental coach a razor ai o me fa pe me se ele me finga e ke wa finga ka emo ia you know Rico has been playing in the center emo ia nga mai lai ko ka lo le wing It's a totally different.
game.
Koi esele lenga ke kuai, esele timing o ke me ke sa o kongu, esele position ke me attack defense. E mo kwa whankara, e me whengo fie. Ia, ai pau wale swinga reisa mo a kongo ise keiminga mele se loa whingalo a che tima mo wha pe hui fui. O le maa ngai an mengo vai kui ia tupo vai. Ina ua mai le wha siksi ka makiki, ar kama. O le maku ua i maa ngai o le winga o le mea wene ngaka i line outs. A le general player, o le kongo kemia le, o le makua maa ngai le height. Mana ke loka pauanga le o swinga nga maa ia ke le lau ia al swinga I call back line ave recall sa le ia ke cheti wa fa wingi ele va peole o rico ie sa me uma ai onga o le finga ka ko ko nge rico ko o le wingi ka ai ko skama ia le langa mo I kongo mai mo pa ava pela ko kongo pi ma ponta em kwa maa ia combination ala ko ko
ia malo lo so no to le fo ia ono le tatou team ai atono le te ia la tatou Talanoa ni le talonga le All Blacks la so ia va ai ofisa mo le talonga longa lua game 2 of the Argentina All Blacks. Where do you feel like should be areas of improvement for both teams?
So for me, I think that we're going to get a big game up front. I'm not sure if you saw in the news the damage on Patrick.
Yes.
Now that's from a car accident, on a rugby field. It's broken in the middle of it. So that's how physical that game is. And so I think that in Argentina, that forward pack, it's going to be very, very physical. Backline will all be dictated on the front. But I still think that we've got some debutants, number 8 that's going to come on play from the Chiefs. And so there's a bit of an adjustment now. Artie's gone on the side. I feel sorry for him. He gets moved around quite a bit. And so even him, he doesn't get set, but he's just so good. He'll play. But that's where I think the battle will be won. Backline's a backline, but I think that forward dominance is going to be tough. It'll be a tough one for the All Blacks. But I still think the All Blacks will win.
Ia la tatou mea tu le talonga leo le Australia versus South Africa. The Wallabies set a history in Johannesburg by one of the greatest ever performances, come back from 22-0 down to shock the Springboks 38-22 at Ellis Park. Yeah, let's talk tonight here to le manmalo le Australia le let's talk night with Mavai.
Lo ki kilo ku ye o le ia wala ko ia o le attitude of South Africa. They thought it's going to be easy game after the first half. O la ule ia I o menga the second half is a different game. Was a different game le kalunga le o le mesiring ka o ia kia o ia Australia. And well, they want to be there. Not just only fongale au koe, but or kele la ko le songa le mai first half o mai longi Australia fa sa olo o le manga ia Australia le nga ka le faanga opportunity le nga chen o white ball mai ya Africa, and then they got that running game, open game ia mal support nga lua kwa sa le support waku ia male Swari le in out nga choa kongo ko fafu fit upload man la ko backline manga ye kele le second half of Australia.
Official let's over ai le talonga le stona le Mavai to le ba Australia ma Springboks. Did you at halftime it was 22-0? Yes. Did you think Australia was going to come back?
I watched that game live too. I woke up for that game and I came in and I thought, oh my gosh, the try just before halftime. I thought, okay, they'll go into the sheds. It was just like what Tolu was saying. It was just 4 turnovers and 4 tries. And it was just making use of those mistakes. But what really came to me was their level of fitness. We've played up in Africa, up in the highland. It is so hard to breathe. And for them to be able to turn and come back like that, their fitness must be at the top of their game. After the Lions third test, South Africa were really disappointing. We like innovation. We like to try things. We're islanders. We like to do things on the field. this, but there wasn't the time to do this throw line out, come down.
No.
I mean, it did nothing. I don't know what the thing. Sometimes he was being a little bit too fearful instead of just winning the test match and just win it rather than trying to be too much showboating. And that's what it looked like from my end. But I think that they would have had a tough session at South Africa, and I think there'll be a different team on Saturday.
Tulafono le so manatu ile e sao le o stadi lo so. Not only that, we're seeing a lot of Samoan and Pacific players now in the squad.
E pau ale mea ua wanga maka lai vai pe ole JT. E kau mai i e kusapo o champion la langi pe la langa on the day. E complex lo ma yelo ma fa hole le wa pe falling make e wala maka. A pe ala ko via la no was going to be run away. Yeah, ke wa ole Springboks pe wa ye pe mo pe ko faka le complex foi la ko ma fa
Complacent.
e kupulon me nga ai mo lo ma le ba ngo ole wallabies mai ko e mai la wallabies ole mo le pride la mai la ko ma fai le nga fai inga ko ngel serious man ma liong alo mai a ko fai inga ku I no longo winga o fai ka ya mission la vol ko winning mai ole crowd for ya skaria ia ka pe o ku uma la men ku ye mo ka hit la vai e foi le wallabies e Springboks e o le coaching staff wa maka ko ve ko ia o lo vale man o ya wa ku nga nga pengi ma me va pengi nga lo ya nga me foi ke e ka me foi le ka coaches ka longa la professional ia o la vangi se ke me ke fa pea o ia o e malo no na tiro ka le longo po o il fa ili o ma ka o me nga o marcado
But once it starts, it's hard to stop.
yeah.
You can't. You say, okay, let's do it, and then we can
No.
do it.
Yeah.
Once the roll goes,
Yeah.
and South Africa they couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the game. It was too late.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to turn our eyes now to the Pacific Derby this coming weekend. A game against Samoa versus Tonga. This is the first PNC match between these two nations this year. Yeah, se tatu vavai atu au o Tonga ma Samoa fa mole misa. Au faʻasoa tatu au ia se faʻasolo atu ia. Lasa to vavai le au le manu Samoa lo ia.
Ia, o ke misalo o le o ia le ua filifili. Ia ke misalo o le whakukuanga ave ia le whaiaonga malanga ofisa ia me se fōre ka po inga ka kokungo. O te loa te le nisi tama le mwhainga wangoa mai. Ono o lantou konkarate fo ia ma nisi fo tālunga lo ia tunu ue pe New Zealand, Australia ma Britania. Ia tatonua. Ia, o la huka kongu whaiaonga la kou ia i le aule ua iai ngal paua lo wa ko fonga lo le o strako ka ko le is food court so fa pe u la ko u ya kamale o lo langi visni to ai ave ia melani na nai ko futeki ko se usually ya kamale o melani o le o futeki wingi wale winga lo kala funga le ko kingo le kamale o langi ko umi inga ia sale le ko ka ko mitfiole ia pa a whaia lau ka kongu le whaia aunga ia ma le management le aula ia ka ko karsia ia mamuia ia le aunga ka ko mansamo.
Officer, looking at the squad, we got Michael Curry, Sam Slade, Melani Matavao, Tuna Tuitama playing for Samoa, and they also represent Moana Pacifica in the Super Rugby. Also looking at the Tongan squad, we have Pellegrini, Fine and Lotu Inisi. What are your thoughts on the contribution of the Manusa, the Moana Pacifica to the Tongan Samoa?
Well, I know that having the Fiji Drua in the super competition, how that's helped Fiji rugby, the Flying Fijians, and then because there's a nice flow on, because all the teams together, and then they come and then they're in the white jersey and they play again, and their results have been, they're moving up the world ranking. This is probably it will be interesting to see if that flows on for Samoa and Tonga. If that Super Rugby, the Moana Pacifica come in, those boys go in there, and if that lifts up the play of our our national team. I'll be interested to see how our forward pack goes and they blend with the boys that play Super Rugby to the ones that are playing. I'm not sure where they play us, overseas, or the ones that have made themselves available. I'm a bit disappointed that those guys not making themselves available. Yeah. This is a really important games for Rugby World Cup qualifiers. We need to win these ones to get it. So we need our strongest players, but also I'll be watching how the coaches, because there's new coaching stuff as well. This is this is the test that they need to do with Tusi Pisi, and I know that Census is part of it, and there's a few other boys there. So it's going to be a new guard, a new look, and be interesting to see how they play.
No whiunga tulafoa, teso tanga I fole au le manu Samoa, mo le ta'alonga tae o matonga.
Ia, vea whangi kula, e mole koe ia le whamaungianga le sports Talanoa, il mako laulau ngei, ia me se fo ia Samoa laulangi a kola ve mole koe ia whamaungianga le whiunga whea le malu, i le whaiaonga, e me se fo ia le keke malanga ma le management team a kola, ma coaching staff. Ia me se lawa, ia lam whanga, kamaka arola kauina, kaua ma le kaltahi kai au. Il kilo ku il kako au, ia. Ia, ke pea kalavo o le inka. O le aula fo I waiai, ia pau al kako, o le ava kol kako, o le mako lango. Ia ko umalavala kauinga, ia il kau kai au. Ia le whengo fia fo, ia misi apea fia e home game konga. Ia le voia sil fia JT ma umua, ia a fai o ia. Ke pea me fo le saungi umame mea kau mea uma kilo ai lalu luma ai sau kua wa o fela fai kai pea me veo pi inga fai kongo le pa ele ku lafo e mo ia e lafo ni e ke me kau ka fa penga le nunga me ska ko wa le vale ka ko makonga mafiki ka kongo ka ko ka ko le ina good way wa inga ele ni kwidi vole ka longa kongo ia me ku wa ku ai o mea e teste vole character o le player it's a professional game. I must have more technology or more quality. Le kui man. Ai kai me fa ye me ngai ko kongu ai le lo ala vai play nga players ai mam le mam ye mo ku la ngai me uma. Ai ele fengo fia ka longa le kai. Wa ele fengo fia ia te vnanga sa ngo fo I ku la ngai me e ka me ka alo mo na pasifika le au kalta altai. Ya me se vol mang sa mo o ka o fo ka makinga lo ka alo level le no le la o mai mo aku kongo le voi ka alo mon sa mo fa pe vola o kaltai ia a kong em kwa ke le ia se songi ka makinga a ku mai la ka pe o si mele o to ka o fiki o le menga le pe fiki la fiki a wal ma ole machori o la o fiki le o papa engi ka o malo fulong bonga vo le o le a dro so it's just a matter po fele o fulo la of ale auanga so combination ma me umala ia o la o ia
a totole ia tu le malolonga fia fasilia tua just a quick question from each and every one of you guys sitting on the panel today. What is one of your greatest moments or memories ile ko ka alonga ma konga ia sunko ka aloi wa maka ku ia o mua
ia ole ke ka alonga e mangkua ia ma ko ole finka ke le physical ke le ya ko ma lo si ke ko ngai be yo fa ka ki ngo male e moi fo ya au ke le ya ko ya pe ka u mai loko ka ke le fia ka ke le mo le fo na wa ka pe ngal le ya ko.
Was this a particular game that you played in that you felt like was one of your best games?
Yeah, ole kalonga le ngalo ya kia e moi it's not my best game, disappointing game o ngalo le umama le wo ka pa ma ko mai pingi ma ko e ko ngai ko ole sad thing ole me ya o pe ngale e ke mo ga ma ko kalonga le a ola ko yo kalonga ko ngo fon ko ya ole kai mile le la ma ka professional from 95 e wo mai ngela walu ma fa kon kala ke le wo sa u swing ole. It's a new game professional langa in 96. Ole le anga la kulanga le. Fa ka ka mu ku si kama si player sa ko ngor ka ya ole. I feel ka lo. Ma lo I ko nga ya ma il mong sa mo. So which ya una ko ya. E au ke ngo fa mo mo fa ye mo fo ngale. E ye ka ai lem fa nga ngalo ka we ya ki nga wo ngane ke. ngol kai mi wole alu wole se focus bunga le alu kalo ia o kala ngol Maka nyuka ngol milion nga fo ngol. Ya, il kai mi nga vesi ai me. So lo o ia nga fo da. Ya pasia ko ya ko la forma ai.
Ya, yes ken hoi titi ai e kele kalong makonga. E pe fa ya ko professional kalonga ia pe wa ai pe ka ko me makonga mafiki ka mo i nga kangar ko i ya sola ia mo ka mo mai fo ina me. Ka mawhi o le pu e anu no le whakanga pu e lunga le so le ia ka male a ngā le ka keo so sa polo ai pingi kai ke lunga le o ka longa la vale ngā o ka longa makonga o ka longa whai konga po se mea o le o ka alo ia uso ia pare mia le uso villa le toa aki na Dave o leva ia o ia urika o ia o ka alo langi pai la ka longa ngā lama ka makal ko konga ele mali wa lunga grandstand konga taso kim o la lo ke full peki ai senta ia raise for le kamu la po mai mo mala uso ia ai wing elo lang ia kei sau al passing o sau con sole ia kama fole o la e kolu mika la sau le konga wa ese polo e pingi aka e pa ka kangi lo fa longo kunga va pela musiko lo lang so le malo ungo fo mai ngolo ngavapia la e oki malo na be von mai what so me el mari vo la kalunga nga so mari le nga ko la ka pi o kalunga la ka pinga fai e makalula makal ko konga pe ka ko la malo ya male ko yang le kupu ya ka ko sa mo ke lo la o wika free le mai mo le makal ke lo fai makoftoing sole ke o likale le mo le kula vai vo lo mo ko nga me vo le ang o fai o ma ko e pe o kalunga ko le ele nga lo vo le nga kaini o nga me ka o yo ke mi ole pa pero ye mo ka ma kula nga le kula e pe e o mai la ke mingi e ko ka vo lo ma vo le wo ka pe lo ma fiku ma ko i mala ma sa vai ma ko cho pike vo la yo le awe o lo ko va con mele o picking e Michael Jones ya le ya kama vo ye o fe ko ye se ku fo man kama sa mo o ma sang ya mele ma ko te le ka ko fa ya inga fo ya ko ngayo e pe o lunga vele from kana e se a ka kalo vele ka ya ka penga ka ko e lua mele e fa inga ele ko la kapi no la kapi ai e fo ya mal me e chesta fo ya o e lo ila wala kung lang a te pe se ka long konga wa ke le yeah
So I think my most favorite memory was a whaikako tour 92 in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then we went for the Tri-Nations in Samoa.
Yeah.
And so that was my first test for Samoa in Samoa, and it was against Tonga. And I've never had to come to the game from Eggy Gray's Whaipasi and down and I was thinking, what's all the noise, going on outside? It was everybody was coming to the game, and from the bus from Eggy Gray's down to Apia Park, full. Everybody was cheering. I was like, so this is my first test match, and coming through. So I'm sort of trying to prepare, but everybody's tapping the bus and cheering us on. And once we got to the ground, whaikako warm up in there, change, and getting that blue jersey, that test jersey, before we go out. Now that time, both my parents were alive, and that's one of the only times they watched me. And then we played the game, full. I mean, I just can't believe every tree someone was on it, every set was taken. And everybody was, I think it was only, I don't know how many you could fit in there. It was felt
full
like
house,
10,000, people, everyone's there. We won the game. I scored my first try test try for Samoa. And then, went back and then I just saw my parents. Now, there's parents that are happy when you do something, but the smile and on their face was, meant so much to me than anything else, than any other any good thing that I've done, because I think we might have talked. I think the playing for Samoa was for them, and we will talk later about playing for New Zealand was for me.
Yeah.
But they were so happy, and it was more than the game. They stayed with me, changed and come, and they were walking with me. They wanted me to come. Went back to Fukuoka, went to church, and then I said, I've got to go back for training, and they drove me back to the training, back to Aggie Grays, and they were just so pride. So that was not only the game, but just the whole event of that first Test match. I'll never forget.
Thank you so much for sharing. I know that we're going to talk more and more about Junior's journey with Manu Samoa, but just before we go to break, I just remembered we have the Women's Rugby World Cup tulafono, pero o ngai era sa maka le tournament ngai a te wā tu le pool games o tātou nā ni le sutasi ma Australia. Pesa o e taita.
Ia foi au ka ko lunga le World Cup pa kengi a be fo ngia mango e mole ko fo ia ka ko famangiang il Monsina ia i au al ka ko ku ia al ko mai kai fo yo la o foi ka ka lunga Australia ia lenga ka fo nga ba ko we famangiang fo i kele fo yo alo sa mo man Pacific lo ka alo ya New Zealand si o fins fa te fo la o kengi Australia. Ia me se vo o lo ia fo ia lo kamai ka o uso fo i sa ka ko ka komau sa mo pe o Isaac Faunati o lo ka alo au England ia o le ka mai ia o sala lau solo ia le ka lengi me se vo ia lo fa na wa sa mo ia ku es so we are so proud for you au sa mo a ka arme po fia la ia ka ko lang a ver ka ko ka u o ka lengi wa pola la van ele fai la nga kulea ile alo me kai foi ma ka longa ku sa mo
perfect. O mo ele tama whainga le au tamaita i neto sanga the women's team le au Monisina.
Mana ia le tatou Monisina le ua sauni atu le Talanoa le World Cup. Ia o tele o fuafua la va o la foi le sauni ninga ma game plans ia mo ka penga ia ka ko Monisina. Ka ko ngua la ko ke le mango mang malo ka ko au le whaingo fio ka rongo le mauskari le la sauni. O le maga ia foi na a makai au lei ia whaingo fio foi le pingia ko ka ko au lei ia o ka ko o le semi-final, quarter-final, mal final.
Wishing the girls all the best, Monisina team, for tonight. We're just going to go for a quick break, but before we go to a break, we just want to give a shout out to Eveni Pacific for sponsoring Sports Talanoa. Looking forward to see you guys today at 2.
Talofa Samoa, Eveni Pacific nei au kilani. Lango inal tatou Sports Talanoa. Ia, o nisi nei o lae, mori, ia mai se vuta mai tai. Ia mwhai o leu mau le tātou Eveni Pacifica. Ia, o nisi nei o lae mānaia, e whapenao na manuina. E mau foi tele o tuai ngāo, a lae, mo tamaiti a mai se foi tupuranga tau vau. Ia le tupao li, whapenao foi le tupao tamaitai. Iso se tau ngofie, whaamaria i nairo fina ngalo. E mau foi nisi o tātou o loa. Taimi o tau mawhanwhana, a mai se lama taimi o tāronga.
Io Eveni Pacifica, ia tanga me foi le tune, the number 1, the Manu Samoa. Ia mo wai foi ia la ai el Manu Samoa, me se lama fans. Le ta penga me foi ia le World Cup ta mai tai, ia ofune la ai mai ia la mata foi ka po ia ta to a, ia ngata el Manu Samoa me Monisina. Ia me pini, a malulu, e fai. Me se tu ngale mato. Yo mai se vai pa au foi el Manu Samoa ia tunu pa ko mi se lava ia me ta fanga me fa pe pai ko le ninga ia o lai se vai nei tanga mai ia se kuinga sai lam se kuinga lan wa se mi o ia tunu ma fa na foli ma tongo Charles ke me fa sa ni talo ia si tila mai foi le tule io la pisamo la e uma ia e o mai ta tu uma lava le malu la tunu e o lango ka to o wa ta penanga ko yo la BLUNET o sanga me se foi al Argentina mo la tru kapla foi aqui ia au aninga le Eveni au kilani the number 1 shop I ngai me ka ula I. Te mai tai, te mai. Tina, la me se lava ia la sa te malo lo manei. Ia tulanga me au. Lea ia mamia, awani ngalo o tato sponsor militasi le mo tato sponsor no. I mai sa tasi me vasa umalama. Yeah!
Ia, te whātala whatu Samoa mai mo whaafonga manitu la le auli. Ia, leo tātou toi fōi mai. O le segment lea la tātou Talanoa ma le whionga ia Eilupo Te Officer Junior Tonu. Ia, I langa fōi ia journey me le manu Samoa, ngai le All Blacks. I believe you also played cricket as well for Samoa?
Yes. The Pacific Cup 2019.
2019. But let's start from was it 2000, oh sorry, was it the Tonga versus Samoa match? Was that in 92 or 93?
92, yeah, 92. That was when I got called into the squad for the little internal tour of New Zealand.
Yeah.
And that was to prepare for the Tri Nations. We played.
Okay, let's take it from the back. So who called you? What were you doing, and how old were you at the time?
Oh, I was I can't remember, 20 something. 21 maybe, 22.
And you were playing for?
I was playing for in Wellington.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was early in the year. It was just club rugby, and then Peter Schuster called me, and Brian Williams also called me, Sir Brian now, and said, would you like to come? I think it was either Matthew that couldn't make it, or one of the halfbacks were injured, and so I got the call up to come into the internal tour.
And then, first time wearing the blue jersey was against Tonga in Apia Park?
No, first time we played 2 games, one on Manawatu, and then we, in Bay of Plenty in Tauranga, and then we played in Manawatu, and then we went to Samoa to play the first test match.
Yes. Yeah.
So, take us through. So, what was it like meeting these guys for the first time, and also playing in the squad and playing in Samoa, for Samoa?
Yeah, I was nervous. I think we met in Auckland. I came up with the old Tautuana Hotel.
Yeah.
I drove past the Surrey Crescent.
Grey
Lynn. And that's when, this is off the back of the boys from the Rugby World Cup.
Yeah.
And so they were, everybody wanted to play for Samoa. And so coming into the squad, they were all well established. Bert Whistle, Mataafu Ken, and obviously the late, our brother Peter Whatialofa, Vili Alatoa, I mean, these are names that are still in the game. And so I was called in there with Alama Iramia. So we were both in Wellington playing, and we were playing Wellington Sevens. And so, yeah, it was like a little bit starstruck. Got our one tracksuit, one pair of boots, one training gear, and one bag, and I was happy.
Take us through the 93 Hong Kong Sevens preparation and the tournament itself.
Oh, gosh. I think the preparation started with, for me, getting selected in the team, but playing in the Tuia South Sevens, which is before the Mara Sevens. That is tough Sevens. I'm not sure if anybody knows. They see Apia Park, but we played on the other ones in the back.
Yeah.
And those ones are not that well maintained, rocks and everything. But that was if you can play on those backfields, you can play anywhere in the world. But that was tough Sevens. And then we, the training, and I was playing for Apia at the time, was good grounding for Mara Sevens, and then what was to come.
Lafo le talonga le biva tolung tota alfa Tasi Junior le Hong Kong Sevens,
Yeah.
Le whapeng ko campi nei to vola I Hong Kong.
Yeah, a kong fo o mangkoe JT nga me sama ko ngofo le il moko marina. Ile ngalo nga 1145.
1145.
Dominion Road. Oi, Mano Roscoe. Oh.
Yeah,
life funga mela uso fo sama ko. Ia o inga I kemi fo ia kala ka ule se lengi ma ia pe o si ki nga ia marina nga fa bango melongo moka fo inga e ngofo la ma ko campen ngofo ia mo ko le. O ele ngalo nga me.
No.
Wang mako we just walked up across ila nga Mano Roscoe grammar was it? Ma ka ko ngai ma ke kolengi ma ke fio kolengi kongol manai le paka le fia fo le goal post me so le e ma ka ko mo ka mo ko ai kuli ko ia fa ya ma mai kuli se ma ko mai ne fa mo le e ma fa mo lo au sa mo e le se ma lai pen fa mo fa ma le fa me le ai Pal mea langa uma e a teti. Ma ko mai le rumo le awala, kalanga le awala. O le awala. Au kafa I kamai...
Kamai reserves.
Kamai mea le kiki a. Whai mako kolengina. Whapupu lana stione. Mako maa lolo I Hong Kong. Mako e foi mai. So le a family pule. Kale haonga le maa rosa kam. Oh mai, you're welcome back. You're welcome back mai.
I know.
Yeah, ku ngā mea papenga. O leo ngā foi ngā o mea foi se longa lava o manguia, ma lo wa manga ia oi. Ai ava pele ai le lo e no ngai le. E pe o se menga ka ngoku ngā kaimi o le wa u fo yo. Por faʻasoa le yungi me mai me se hol mafukanga me piko I siling ka oi. Ngā kaimi ma o mafukanga ma ko.
Yeah.
O le fellowship o le makoti. Ia le mwhawingi whakusa ia le au kako ma le au New Zealand ma Australia ma au kekele I mo mea ai o resources wai kolengi Al mako au ngā o ke whai a kole fit a teti. Sorry. El ke mi ngā a ka oso whate ele mi aka mingo ia komo wanga le ia le maile le kamo e pulako. Ia misala pe a oso pā ia teti ia halu. Mingo ia ko po le maile au le ia kama. Alu inga kam kalanga. Le English sources ate kasi al menga se kien ma fau o le o Hong Kong e malo o ka alu malo mo samo
Ai to mo level no ia au mua to vaenga I lo so fa facili le final la le Hong Kong ia to ma le au le fiki. You guys got Gina Paramore from the New Zealand squad. Can you take us into that final moments of the championship game?
Gosh, it's a long time ago. I think we were. I think the winning of the final was the semi-final against New Zealand. I think it's unheard of. A Samoa team beating New Zealand. New Zealand was always the big brother, and Samoa were there. But when we had won that game, and no one was going to beat us in the final because we had that belief that we could do it. And then come back again, we were all doing it hard. So we learned from doing it hard from those small training grounds. And we didn't stay, when you say at Marina's house, we didn't have units. We all stayed in the batch in the back. There was one bed and we're all sleeping on the ground. This is like you wouldn't believe.
Unheard of today.
I drive past there and I'm happy and it gives fond memories, but I feel really sad as well that we had to put up with that, because I felt sad for in a way, but in the other ways I'm really glad that we will be bonded forever for that for that experience. And because of that bond, because of that bond, that's when it came to the tough times in the final. And there were some tough times in the final, but no one was going to break us. And that culture that we've learned and that I think a lot of teams use now is what was what we created, I suppose, for us at the start in 93.
More. I think it was your first time, first time for us seeing you guys play together was the 93 tour in New Zealand. Le so vai ke me ko ka alfa kasi mo le fionga ia e lupotea.
O se mok fia fo mo se player sa makumanga o ye. O I kai mi nga vo ngai pe o lai fai le kau va New Zealand po sa mo fo nga kai. Le players but ala nga fo le o mai o JT fo nga le makalo mong sa mo. Ye pe o fai ngo fia fo le ngo fo le mo le ngo le wa mai ya grab le New Zealand si si kau sanga ya JT le kuranga le sa o ko nga players ye o le vanga kikilo ye e wa e ko kile lo fo ye anga pe ka lo ati no ya boni ko ya e lo pe longa o lunga I kuranga ni ai fa kai fo ya JT nga mo la va ko make himself available for le ka alu mo Samoa. Ko fo I mai na le mele I kore. Pe o mele nga le manga o lao. Ia ko nga me fo kai pe o me ho nga a winning team always ke le company is sponsor. Le offer mai la ko. Ia fa pe nga la me nga ko fo mai ka mo champagne. Ia ra sa ngo ko le fo mo ai ruke. Fa mai le ko I malai. Ole kulanga na ko e ofo ia iska mo official na ko ole winga na le kana ne ka foi ia nga so le isi makokinga fo ia marina e por kai mala e le fai lo ngai nga ka fa kai fo ia ngai ia me se fo la uri ngai e fiola ngai a lu wa kula vale para o vale kai a o fia ko le ngai ele I fa pe a menga fa ri ia JG a me sa uri le ka ko mamla mo fo e ka fu po la ko nga approach ka me kinge a me se fo I ka me ki fo mo sa ia ngo nga hang na ya JG na ko ia o le fo mo mau JG le nga le mang ko JG le choice ia okay ia po la se me kam fa ya ma ko le nga okay ia e pe ia mo kere poli it's like some people are sawa ia rio
so mother figure
e pe ia nge vai ka mo fa pe nge wo fa se kusi ave fa mai a mama ia la vai ka ia chichi la ko nga ko fa ko lo mo ko mai chichi she's okay
I was her favorite, that's why.
She
looked after.
Ko nga ia o nge ia ko okay you ma ka mo au ku lo pe nga ia ale that's rugby ole life nga rugby you have kai per ko le fa men la foni you se do lose a fia le a le fia o alu lo ai
e ko fo ko le kan ngo fo yol mai yol melo ko faʻasoa ai a mi se fo ia le usonge ya titi china tonu ole au ngo malo le Hong Kong ia kia uia e lo sisia me ole kele ia ole kusa wa ko uma ia e winga le ko le sources me ko le ngia pe o faku wa ko ye me o ye commitment mal ko le ngia so ka ko le fa ko le so morning afternoon mala fia la e pe o me ka wa le ke pika pinga me ke pe o sa nganga a cheti ole ele ka le ya me le mafka fa la inga kinga ia wa marina e mo ye nga coach ia le mai va ia stau e pe ia coach manager lo mo e o foi a kole ingo au e wa marina ia stau take vai que kamale yo aua come me e fa pe nga o le nga fa kinga e o kula mako ia mai fa la uso nge you know e misa nga kama nga uso nge New Zealand po pe o ese foi fa longo pe vo se me foi misi foi kulanga le o le ainga
yeah
it's more like a family la ka ko ka alo yo le nga ko o la ainga ale ainga nge represent nga ko Samoa ko so ele ka mai me le kiki ai o vangi ngalo o le nani stringa ma pikielo langi ka alo le blacks ile sele sa New Zealand ai apro langi ka alo ya Samoa ai piki tuna permo e ka alo ya Samoa ai up ye tuna ka alo ne ila New Zealand alo le ka alo ngo maluka ko le semi final New Zealand ala velo al fayo marsi ba final mo fiki e ko mai ya e tuna permo wa ke ngan fenga power mal player wa ko iva ya kam ka alo ngai el mari e o me fai le tu ale wingon me nga kai mi ole mapoponga kasi loko kasi fakung fai ai me
and that really showed in the 93 New Zealand tour officer, like what was one of your fondest memories of the 93 tour to New Zealand?
Oh gosh, I just want to finish on that last comment because Marina was tough. But she loved us like her sons. Like we always used to go in the front house and we always eat together, fei loku, you know, and then come back. But she made sure it was all in love the way she was, and I really miss that. But it was a real pivotal time for all of us. And yes, she was the coach, manager, everything. And I miss her dearly. And I just wanted to say that. And the New Zealand tour was nice because it's New Zealand tour. As a New Zealand born it was nice to come after that time playing in Samoa and doing what we did together as brothers. Now I can come to New Zealand and tour with my brothers under the Samoa in the Samoa jersey, and it was the best tour ever. Even some of the All Black tours, but to be able to play for the Mana Samoa against New Zealand universities at Wellington, where I was born, and score 3 tries, was just was amazing. And I, we the Lions were there at the same time. They were flying around New Zealand. We had this bus, but we loved it because we were together all the time. And we had our entourage of family following us the bus all over the country. It was a fantastic tour, and it was one I always cherish because I basically toured with my parents because they followed in the bus. But us as a group, as players, very strong team. Very strong team. We should have had if we had a 3 Test match series. I think we could have got one of the 3.
One of the 3.
We would have won one of the 3, but it was a really, really strong team, and again, we were very tight.
That's probably,
ole vaenga le. O JT, o alama Yeremia, o Pansi. Kusa ole ira le nga makaironga nga sui le eligibility rule le ufainge le World Rugby game nga. O kamaya. O ngo ki kilo nge ya ki kilo vangi sila va pe nga aka lengi la wa Samoa na it's going to be a threat. Ya pe nga long ku polon me nga lenga ya nga umalola ya o mai loa ave ya JT alama
ma Frank
alma Frank Pans mala ko pe o nga ka wa kele silfia Samoa il kulanga me mo mula vai o ka ia wa ka pe fa Michael Jones o nga long mo ka alon manu ia ya Michael le o mangi ia vana o so mangi o kongi ma o ko la ko e pe ang sa ngoia ia lo so ngia JT I ka muli nga yon kwa o merke mi ele nga lo ya JT ka pe fa ma ma la nga yuso lo mai mo mai lo lang e se ke lo nga ke mi au so el fu ke va ko spaka mai me nga lo ma fa lo wa inga o ma ku lo fa se au lo ku ma lo ngu lo ku ngu lo me fu nga a ma ke mi nga o ye ko inga ya sungan malito sole ya el me fu a wa la vangi fa ya inga ka ko me la nga inga le ko lo mo sa mo nga la pi pa se ka sanga so le fa ya inga ya nga ma ko se mai lo ia pia u fai nga faʻasoa I lo mai si au ko pe o le mea nga e motivate ia ia ma ko foi au man mafukanga ma lau sani
o ka u JT nga yo ma ko e sa le o ka ma le o ma ko nga ma puku ma JT Samoa o ke le la po o ke mo e le wa ku lo kam o lo isi ka yo sole mo ko ri o me ke fe ke foi le ko le inga ma ke mina ke sau ya era ko moi ko le inga ke kuai mai al kap ava melo kam
sionga
ana ke le haupla o lookinga e fe welcome ai ne ka ko na ke ka ola ele o ale wafula la fa ele lo wafim ka la fa ye si o le coffee shop o sionga kinga e fa malo kam if you don't believe me come with me I'll show you ma o malo kam ma o malo tina ya ma savari lo malo kam vai o le waf ya ma o lo pe se a ko lo ham ya lo ko kam with me mom tell this guy I'm always come here to help you Tina vai la ngau ke moia po a ke po ke mi la ko le la wo fa mo ngi o le sau le ya ma mai lo mai ma pai ya ma ke sei o ai ma pai a le fa mai lo kam see how many times I told you you never believe fa ko le la wo ka ko ngu le vele so ya o le winga o le ka mo fai o ka ko look after this you wale ya ele ngalo ho ia nga yo ma ko ia e le iloa la ma ko au ale un Martina la ko ia ma sa vadi ma ka mai oi ia ai mai ma pai ma
ai mo me ko kalmo la ngal me ko ke kalmo ngini awa ele ngalo ya che tinga fai langi ya finga malanga maku o le ke le o le ka o fu nge le mausa mo le representing o la ula e mua le ko no wa ngalo o maku ia wa ku nge me ka o professional kalo e kaimi e moe ia nga fai nga kaimi ia le ala fa paka fa lawa me o fa le nga ko nga malo makua so ka ku nga me fa penga a ka alo ke mo ko ia lu mai abelo lu malo si o me penga
e lo to le fo na ngola ka ko kemi ko mo fo i ola ka ko fai ula I le fisili mo muli la de ai lu potea. Now you spoke about your parents on the previous segment that just passed, how olo ka longo mo muanga ye yo international game ngai o maku o se ke mo fo le we se mo ko o black I lungo maku lau so e ke le la ke me ke fisili ngai uso ia what was it like wearing the Manu Samoa jersey? What was it like being a New Zealand born wearing the Manu Samoa jersey versus the All Black jersey?
Your first test is always your best. Your first test is always your best. Brought some wonderful memories of the boys, and the time with me with my parents in Samoa. It's very hard for a New Zealand-born boy that grew up in Wellington. Their parents wanted to speak English and so I could get a better life. And then to spend those 2 years living in Samoa, my parents and watching it, and they're happy. They were so happy there, working and seeing their son play. It's very emotional, and it's because they always wanted me to go. I said I've got to go. Always wanted me to go back to school because they loved to show me around the village and to the let's go to the Whaiwhiao's house, bring some pay and masi sainga to them from the shop. It was those are memories I always cherish. And of course my big brother who's also passed away, Henny, who was my technical advisor and helped me knew rugby everything. But to answer your question, the two it's hard to really quantify because it's two different teams, two different responsibilities, and two different real hearts. I might have said to you before, to play Samoa and see the love from my parents' face when coming off was a different look in their face to when my dad passed away and mum to see me in the All Black jersey. Because the Samoa jersey made them happy, but to play for the All Blacks was a goal for me and for my father that passed away. Was it better jersey than the other? Hard to say. I certainly can tell you I enjoyed my time more with Samoa and the challenges I had in the All Black jersey. But I respect them both and the responsibility of playing for both comes with a lot of pride for me. And also for the cricket team. So I'm sitting on the fence on that question, but they have their different special parts of it that mean a lot to me, and that means a lot to my family.
Taftai. Yeah, Tulafono, if I got to Pokalame, you can catch Eilupote Officer Junior Tonu on Sky TV. Tomorrow you'll be hosting with Ken Labour, no?
Yes, and my new Eveni shirt that I'll be wearing today.
Famatuaino will come straight to Eveni to pick up the shirt.
I left from the best.
Na Samoa. Tafta ya foi mai mo mai ma awai mai le. Ne vai nga foi ka ko sponsor no ya lo mai si ui foi tatou ko kalane. Mule toi e fa frekte lava I lau nei ile sungara te po la fiong le foi a JT ya pe un silo fiai ya mi se foi a la fiong la fantastic ya fu mono ya o mo ya o se foi a langona e se foi al faʻasoa tūlanga I mea umalava, me se foi tau whaafonga mai foi o toi au wau mai ia, toi foi tua I al Talanoa, te mina makamaka mai foi, mafufua mai e mafutanga malausa. E kasi al whamoe o lau kau kua mo Samoa. A whai lau kau kua mal whamaongi, e mole koi whamaongi anga ka kuman Samoa mo kai au, whai lau kau kua mo whamaongi, il ka alonga, e di ele kua, o me a kua lava nga, o le au mawhule al whamoe so se mea lava so se alam whangau kama, kengi, o lo ka alo pe e o whainga lako soifua mo so ka alonga lava la ka pi soka fusu si ngā ue mea whasa se mea lava, a wheleki, ia ko mamanga e ko whaia mea lava mka lengi ngā mai ele koe kako, ai maua I songa vi inga. Lea whalingi ke me mole koe ia whamongianga fwea sports Talanoa, I le pāloka ra Samoa I le vasofo, ia mongia kele lava Samoa ia ko whainga pāloka, wa koe mo kele lava sports Talanoa, I le kulanga mea lava, ia kako whamoe le atua mea whailau pāloka maro lo fiafia, whai maro whamaong, ia ai di ai le mea lava, ia mai ai makongei, I sports Talanoa ia so, mole ke ai mako whamongianga mo ko lava Samoa, la tunu pere, ai ka koe whelai whelvasa fo, mo te minei, pato wha, soifoi.
Aso.
Talofa Samoa, Eveni Pasifika nei au kilani. Lango inga le tatou sports Talanoa. Ia, o nisi nei o laei, mori, ia mai se futa mai tai. Ia mwhai o leu maua le tatou Eveni Pasifika. Ia, o nisi nei o laei manaia, e whapenao na manuina. E maua foi tele o tuai ngāo, a laei, mo tamaiti a mai se foi tupuranga tavou. I le tupao li, whapenao foi le tupao tumaitai. I so se tau ngofie, whaamaria ina ero whina ngalo. E maua foi nisi o tanto o loa, taimi o tau mawhanwhana, a mai se lava taimi o tāronga.
Io Eveni Pasifika, ia tanga me foi le tune, the number 1, the man Samoa. Ia e mawai foi ia la ai al man Samoa, e mese lava fans. Le ta penga me foi ia le ia walk up at mai tai, ia ofune la ai mai ia la mata foi ta foi ia to up, ia ngata man Samoa man sina. E ia malpini, a malulu, e fai. A mese to ngale mato. Io mai se vai. Pa au foi ia man Samoa ia tunu I papa, mese lava ia mta fanga me fa pe, pai ko le ninga ia o lai se vai nei. Tangai mai ese springa sai lam ste ngalan awal se mi o ia tunu mafana poli ma tongo Charles ke mi fasau ni talo ia si tila mai foi le tule io lak pisamo ola e uma ia e ofu mai tato uma lava le malu la tunu e o lango gato a wata penanga fo io la pil neta sanga me se fo ia al magcina mo la tuo kapla foi aqui ia awa ningal le veni au kilani. The number 1 shop I ngai me kaula e tamai tai tamai tina me se lava ia la sa tamalo lo manei ia tulanga me le ia mania awani ngalo o tato sponsor me tasi le mo tato sponsor no ki me tasi me va so malava yeah